Hey everybody, I'm very excited to show you the Legend Academy is here. It's real, and we're going to open up and I'm going to show you guys everything inside and how to get set up for your first game. There's a bit of an initial setup when you first open the game, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Obviously we say this in the rule book as well, but sometimes the video is just a little bit easier to understand. Alright, let's see what we got. So pretty. Nice. Alright, so we're just going to set some of the stuff over here to get it out of the shot. There. Got our student handbook. Got all of our diagrams in here. Nice. Oh, one thing I should show you is this. This is the maps. Some really cool maps in here. I won't spoil them all, but there's some really cool ones. Here's the Odyssey, the cave in the Odyssey. Very cool stuff. Paul Bunyan, the Wizard of Oz. Oop, yeah, very cool. I guess I did spoil them, Mark. Sorry. At this point, you'll just want to see them. I get it. But I know it's been a long time coming, but I'm so thankful that this is all here and you guys can finally play it because it is so much fun. All right, so there are some spacers in here because this is the just base game. There's some spacers in here to leave room for some extra stuff if you get the expansion. These are all the different books. So each book has a list of components in there, and it looks like a book, and it says, this one says The Tales of Paul Bunyan, this one says Gulliver's Travels, we got Treasure Island, all sorts of stuff, all the different stories. And when you're picking your first game to play, you can pick one and just start playing it. So we're going to what we're going to do in this initial setup is we're going to get all the components from the punch boards and everything into these boxes and into the player board, so then you're all set up for the first game. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of these. They're right here. They're very cool. We'll come back to these in a little while. And this is the Academy box. This is a very cool component. The reason it's built as a box, because it's a board as well. So you can kind of see how that works. So then there's the organizers in here, and there's all the miniatures as well. And then we'll fill this all up with all the stuff so you're ready to go. I prefer to put this way. That's just a personal preference, because I just like how these are where some of the cubes go. The cubes match out here, which makes it a little more fun, a little more thematic. We'll come back to this as well. We'll come back. These are miniatures. We'll come back to that as well. These are stands. I'll set these aside. What else we got in here? We got a whole bunch of stuff. Lots of components. There's so much content in this box. Well, as long as we're right here, we can start filling this in a little bit. So I'm going to take these, and these are the cubes. So like I said before about these banners matching up, which right here. So I'm going to put these in. The blue cubes in the blue container. I guess I'll put you get lots of baggies, as you guys know. I'm going to set them over here. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Put this in my frame. All right, red. Red right here. There we go. All right, what else we got in our box? We have, let me just pull everything out here. So this is just the base game, remember? Okay. So the base game, there are 5 playable characters. Oops. Let's pull it apart here. These are, when they first come from manufacturing, they're stacked. They'll likely never be stacked again because we put stuff in them right away. But when you get them out of the box, you just gotta pull them apart. Oops. Some over here. All right. What else do we have? We have these right here. We can organize this part right now. This part right here, these are the upgrade cards. These are the transparent cards, and this is the way that you upgrade all of your other cards. So we're going to separate them into into 5 stacks, and the 5 stacks end up going in these 5 slots right here. So let me move some stuff out of the way. We can separate the 5 stacks. What I'm looking for when I'm separating these stacks is there's draw 1 cards, attack 2, move 1, draw 1, move 1, but then interact. So these are the base 4. There's interact 2, move 1, attack 2, and draw 1. So then those are the base 4, and anything else goes into a specialty 1. So if something is different than that, so I'm going to fast forward now as I organize these. Okay, so now I have my 5 stacks. It's kind of annoying to do this the first time, but once you do it once, you're never going to have to do it again because it's just from the manufacturing. So we have our 5 stacks, and we're going to put them, this is the specialty one with all the different colors in there. So I'm going to put that in here, and then I'm going to just kind of correlate them with these banners again, just so it's a little easier. So this one's second and all right, so how we have our miniatures, we put those in here. We have Robin Hood, we have Paul Bunyan, we have Sherlock Holmes. These are really sturdy and good. Little Red Riding Hood, and Alice in Wonderland. So, as you can see, let me get this out as we're building this. As you can see, we have these 5, right? Does it look good in frame? Pretty good. I'll pull them over here. There we go. We have these 5, and this is for the base game. So we have Sherlock Holmes, Robin Hood, Little Red is what we call her, Paul Bunyan, and Alice in Wonderland. So then we have our 5. Cool. And we're starting to build these out because the way this works is this slides in here and it keeps everything secured. So then we can. So it's secure in here, but you can also have it as its own pack. It's a little easier to pull out of the box. And once you have the initial setup done like we're doing right now, you can just pull it out, open it up, and start playing. Everything's in there. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up. These are all the player cards. Let me open these up. Panda Manufacturing does a great job in keeping all these components safe. Whole bunch. Each one of these is a different piece of artwork on it, and Justin Spice did an amazing job. Okay, so these 5 right here with the border are starting stamina cards. So every player gets 1 starting stamina. Okay, and then we just separate them by the back. So I'll put all the Sherlocks here. Robins here. Player pieces separated. Another thing that we can do right away, the stamina cards, because we have more stuff to put in there. Put these on top of here. I got ahead of myself a little bit there. Okay, so now we have this little pack right here. Equipment cards. Cool. So let's open this one up. Now, these have characters, legends, and they have stories. So we're going to separate them by their backs, and then we will go from there. Okay. So now we can put all the character ones into their character spots. Alice is here. Sherlock is here. Robin Hood is here. Little Red is here. And Paul Bunyan is here. And you can take the 8 of these and put them into their books. Arabian Nights. I'm going to leave these open over here. Okay, we are making progress. Next pack that I see is this one right here. This is getting close to finishing up these parts. These are all of the sleeves. So you can choose to sleeve them now, or before you start your first game, you can make whoever chooses it for the first time do it, however you want to do it. But each one of these cards will need to be sleeved. And the reason you sleeve them is because the upgrade cards that we put away earlier, you put them in here. Let's grab an actual card. You put them in here, and there's these 2 spots down. These 2 spots. Focus. These 2 spots down in the bottom, and you can actually upgrade your card. So let's build one here, just so I can show you. So this one is Robin Hood. And he has, this is called From the Shadows. And it's an action. Take all your staminas from the discard pile and place them into your hand. That is pretty thematic and cool. But the reason these are all sleeved, there's a reason, is that if I grab an upgrade card, and there's, in the game, this is kind of getting into rules, but I just wanted to show you how the components work together. In the game, you can build these cards and learn to make these cards better. So now what I just did is I put a little chunk down here in this part, and it says attack 2. So whenever I play this card, instead of just the 1 action, I have 2 actions. And you can build your cards however you like. So you can have a whole bunch of specifically catered actions to how you are building your deck. So it's building your deck in terms of cards and actually building the cards themselves, which is what makes Legend Academy special. So you can sleeve all these and put them all into your packs. Okay, so now we have all the cards sleeved, and now is the biggest, most time-consuming part of the process. But we're in a good spot right now. These things are really starting to come together. The last few things we have to do, let's start with finishing up the Academy box so we can get this out of our way. What are we going to do here? We're going to do stands. We're going to put the stands right in there. And these are assignment cards. So these you'll shuffle them up before you play your first game, but these are different assignments that you can have your students do. Put those right in there. And then the last thing, which kind of ties everything, the last piece that ties everything together, is the punch boards. So let's finish up the things we need to punch for the Academy box first, so we can get this stored and put away in the box, and then we'll work on the next thing. We're going to put our first player token in here, and then the only other thing we need in here is all of the coins. So if you have metal packs, this is when you grab all your metal coins. And then you kind of organize them. I put the bigger, I put the bigger ones over here, the 10s and the 5s over here, and the 2s and the 1s over here. So it's a little just easier to understand where everything is. That's all you need from the punch boards for the Academy box. So what I'm going to do, so you can see how it's all filled up now and ready to be played. And this is actually the playing board and everything. So close it up. Put it in the box, just like that. So it's ready to go for next time you want to play. So now what we have is the rest of the punch boards. So I think the first thing we should do is we should finish these ones up after the Academy box, get through those, then we'll work on the, because there's lots of enemies and bad guys as part of the adventure novels. So we'll work on that last. So what we're going to do now is we're going to punch all these badges and any of the black pieces that are for characters. So now we have all these. We're going to take the all the trap ones are for Little Red Riding Hood because she likes her traps. We'll put them in there. And all of the ones with the axe are for Paul Bunyan. There's another trap. There we go. And then you can see on the back, every one of these players gets three badges. They go right here. 1, 2. Where's the last one? Paul's. There we go. Robin. Red. Sherlock. And Alice. There we go. You guys wouldn't believe it. We only have one more step until these players are done. So what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at these punch boards. They're all partially broken. There's only one more punch board we need. The rest of these are enemies with all the red borders are enemies. You can see those. But on this punch board, there are these character legend tokens. So I'm going to take all these out and put them in these packs. Put that in there. And then these are done. We're good to go. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to slide it in so they latch a little bit. Okay. There we go. And we can stack them a little bit easier now and set them aside. I'm going to put them right in here. I'll put them right in here. Okay. And like I said before, there's extra space in here for expansion pieces, but that's why there's a spacer in this version of the box, so you can keep everything from moving around too much. So, but as you can see, we don't have much left to organize. We have these 8 books and these punch boards. So the way I do this is in each pack there is a these are your enemy cards, and there's the artwork. The artwork on this correlates to some pieces on here. So this particular one, you can see the thieves are right here. So so you open up your card back, and you'll see all the different enemies that need to be in Arabian Nights. These are also written down in text form in a few different places. But the way I do it is I go by the pictures. So there's thieves, swordsman, and sorcerer, and they could be on different punch boards too. So thieves, so we got thieves, swordsman, and sorcerer. There's only one sorcerer. Okay, so Arabian Nights, it ended with our cards. Put those in first. And the equipment cards. And all these tokens right here. And all these tokens right here. So, the point of this entire tuck box is so when you pull it out, when you pull the game out, you can just grab this tuck box. It has everything you need for this particular adventure. You grab your player, you open up the pack, you open up the book of maps, and you're playing. You're ready to go. So that's the point of this. And now I'll fast forward while I do the rest of these. That's it. You just put it all in the box, and you're good to go to start your first game. Thanks, everybody.